Welcome to the beach. I'm Roxanne here in Fort Pierce. I had this entire day to myself, so of course I decided to spend it at the beach, doing a little beach hopping before, at, and after the inlet here. Lots of beautiful shells, and I found one of the most beautiful lion paw shells ever. A total bucket list shell as in perfection, and I am not sure I could ever land such a nice one again. I can't wait to share it with you. So join me. Let's walk Fort Pierce. So the weather was a little bit dodgy, but that's okay. I had the entire day to myself, and I could not be more happier to spend it walking to find some shells. And I really think towards the end of the day, it really benefited that it was raining, because I cannot believe the lion's paw shell that I found. So I'm a little bit north of the inlet in Fort Pierce. So let's check out these piles. Started off with a few prickly cockles and a mossy arc. I do find a lot of these. They were just everywhere. It's like once you pick up a few, you just can't help but see the rest of them. Here's some more. I love a good pile to go through. Even if I don't find anything, it's just exciting to shuffle through shells to see what you can find. Another prickly cockle that looks a little yellowy. Here's a cluster of worm snails. They tie themselves together in knots. That's definitely a yellow prickly cockle. Great color. Beautiful hand of mossy arcs and a little striped turkey wing. Oh great, some sea glass. Nice green piece here. A pretty shark eye. Looks like it has a little red eye there in the center. Well, hello little guy. This is an Atlantic ghost crab, also known as a sand crab. Man, you are letting me get really, really close to you. Let's see if he's gonna move. Give a little nudge. Oh, okay. Oh, he has an injury on his claw. You can see it right there. Looks like a little blue, black and blue. All right, we'll leave you alone. Go heal, my friend. Take this piece of sea glass, kind of ambery brown. Oh, that's a nice rustic looking shark eye. Kind of reminds me of the moon snails, the giant moon snails you can find in northern states on the Atlantic. Another little worm over here. You're all knotted up as well. Let's see what else is in these piles. I wonder what this was. Maybe a giant Atlantic Murex? Huh. Not sure. So now I'm at the inlet, Fort Pierce Inlet State Park. We're gonna go check this area out. I did get rained on, but not here, a little bit later. There's the jetty in the distance, and in a few minutes, I'll get you a view what that looks like from over there. This is a red-brown arc. I actually think these are the prettiest type of arc shells. And a thorny oyster. Nice red. These get much larger. This is just a little juvenile. Of course, another mossy arc. I have lots of these from this trip. They're just everywhere. And a seraph, a dark seraph. Another shark eye. Let's see what color eye this one has. Looks like a chestnut eye. Pretty peach color inside of this Florida prickly cockle. And an orange scaly scallop. I started to find lots of these here at the inlet, and I found tons past the inlet. I'm talking over 100. Lots of them. Oh, look at all the fish in the water. I love it when the water is clear. Every time I have been to this inlet, it has been clear water. So that's good. And you can walk out pretty far near the jetty rocks. It's very, very flat and like a long area you can walk out on. And here's the actual view of the inlet from the jetty rocks. And you can see the people way over there. So how far you can actually walk out and only be waist deep in water. So it's really nice. A piece of a deer cowrie. These shells are so pretty when you can find them. Whoop! When you can find them whole. You can see the teeth on this one. At least it has the teeth on all that side. Oh, I need to find you whole. Here we have a bubble shell, a striate bubble shell. These guys can get to be about 1 inch, so this is a pretty good size one. This is a green star shell, a little rough, a little hole in the side, but it's still pretty. And more scaly scallops washing up. You can't help but pick these orange ones. They're so orange. This is a pretty good size. They get about 1.5 inches. Beautiful calico scallops. That is a nice purple. Let me grab that sea glass, roll it around down there, add it to the rest of you. A broken bonnet. I find more of these broken than I do whole around this area. I love to look at the structure of broken shells to see how the inner whorls were formed. So now I am south of the inlet, and I did get rained on, so I hopped in the car and went to go get some lunch and sat in the parking lot and just waited until the rain stopped, which worked out to my benefit. It's so nice being the only one on the beach. There was nobody in either direction. I was literally the only car in the parking lot, so it was really nice, and it paid off. I cannot believe the lion's paw that I found here. Unbelievable. We'll get to that in a little bit. There were so many shell piles to go through here. It was crazy, crazy exciting. Beautiful handful we'll start out with. Look at all this color. Love it. Love the orange. A chestnut laterus. These kind of look like juvenile horse conchs. These scaly scallops were everywhere, and they shine so bright against the dark sand over here. I'm telling you, look at this. They were everywhere. I'll show you at the end a handful of all of them that I found. Over 100, I tell you. Okay, here's a pretty purple one. The purple ones I did not find as much, but they are really nice. The purpley scaly scallop. Sometimes you can actually find these orange and purple. Here's another one. They're just so bright. Great lines on that turkey wing. Really good. Another chestnut laterus, a bit busted, so we'll just leave this one here. I'll grab a few cockle shells over here. And another scaly scallop. Here's a pretty surf-worn crown conch. Let's see what else we got over here. So many shells to go through. A cowrie shell. This is another deer cowrie, but it's more of it. Little hole in the top, but at least you can see the juvenile in there, so that's kind of neat. Oh man, these shells are just so cool. This is an operculum, the trap door of shells, and that probably came off of a whelk. Pretty big whelk. And the scalies continue. Oh, but here's another purple one. Oh, and it does have the orange in it too. A much nicer chestnut laterus than the last one that I found. Another striate bubble shell. I spy a brown piece of sea glass down here. We'll add you to the others. A bittersweet clam. They do lose their pretty pattern when they get larger. I'll grab this giant Atlantic cockle. That's a pretty good size. And a lightning whelk. Looks like it's seen better days. Let's see what we got over here. A rock snail. A Florida rock snail. Well, look at you. This is a hawkwing conch. Oh, I like finding these. It's a little worn out, but hey, that's a decent one. And here's an apple murex. I do not find these too often on the East Coast. I typically find these a lot on the West Coast. Another surf-worn Florida crown conch. Great chunk of coral. Love finding them this big. Don't exactly know what type of coral though. Look at you sitting pretty. Beautiful shark eye. Good size too. A lettered olive. This was a nice sized true tulip. My goodness. Even in its brokenness, it's still beautiful. Here we go, the best moment of this trip. Oh my goodness. Please. Yeah. Wow. Oh my goodness. It's perfect. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my word, I think I'm gonna cry. Oh, thank you, God. Oh, thank you, God. Look at it. Oh my gosh. Ah! This is awesome. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at this. This is perfect. Okay. Okay, grab yourself together. Okay, look. There's an awesome orange one behind it. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at it. This is... Wow. Bucket list check. Ah! That is for sure the perfect lion's paw. Wrapping up this beach walk with a few glass finds and a couple of shells. These are my favorite finds of this trip. I cannot believe that I found this lion's paw. So beautiful. I hope you enjoyed this beach walk. If you did, please give this video a like and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. If you would like even more content, you can follow me on Instagram. Till next time, happy shelling, and I'll leave you with this.